This guided practice is intended to help you return to the present moment and reconnect with an embodied sense of joy. As you begin to settle in, let's gently explore what joy truly means. Joy is often understood to be an exuberant state of happiness, but the two are not the same. Happiness is a fleeting experience shaped by external circumstances that spark a particular emotion. Joy, on the other hand, is a deeper and steadier inner state, one we can nurture and cultivate over time. Margaret Minix puts it like this: happiness is based on what is happening around us. Joy is based on what is happening within us. Others have said happiness is smiling at the sunshine. Joy is dancing in the downpour. Joy is a boundless inner resource we nurture over time and with practice. We begin to cultivate joy through mindfulness by remembering to be present. Joy reveals itself in the only moment that ever matters, this moment. Joy can show up in larger ways, such as in milestones like the anniversary of a partnership or a sobriety journey, the birth of a child, or welcoming a rescued pet into your home, or in smaller ways, such as becoming aware of a sense of awe or gratitude, of inner spaciousness, or even the simple feeling of a gentle breeze or a momentary sense of safety and calm in the body. So, joy is available to us in countless ways if we can only remember to connect to it. Cultivating joy requires some intentionality, which is why we practice. As we settle in for today's practice, see if you can arrange yourself in a comfortable position, one that lets you feel supported and relaxed, yet attentive and present. Checking in with the eyes to see if they wish to remain open with a soft gaze or rest gently closed. Shifting your attention now to the feeling of the body breathing, perhaps the feeling of the belly or the chest, rising on the inhale and falling on the exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. Resting briefly in this space, perhaps starting by connecting with joy here in the simple pleasure of an easeful breath, appreciating the miraculous way in which this body breathes, effortlessly sustaining itself and supporting life through each and every moment. As you rest in this space, you might invite a subtle half smile to the corners of the mouth and perhaps even to the corners of the eyes, allowing this gesture to set a tone of friendliness, welcoming joy into your experience. You might begin now to imagine a small orb of light floating about 6 inches above your head, radiating a soft, warm glow. Perhaps this light has a color that feels pleasing and comforting to you. As you observe this orb, it begins to slowly descend, moving steadily closer until you begin to feel its warmth on your head. This ball of light then begins to softly expand and envelop the top of the head, bathing this area in the warmth of its gentle glow. As you feel this warmth, the skin of the head and forehead begin to soften and smooth, releasing any constriction that may be held in these places. This warm light continues to travel down, now enveloping the temples, the eyes, the back of the head, extending its soothing energy to these areas, soothing and steadying any tension that may be held there. Down it travels to the cheeks, the nose, the jaw, the mouth, the back of the neck, the throat, bathing these spaces in its gentle radiance, inviting ease and release, softening. The light now reaches the shoulders, clavicles, upper back, and chest, the warmth settling into the muscles, tendons, and ligaments, relieving tension, inviting release to any holding or bracing. Now to the mid back, the ribs, the low back, sides of the torso, and the belly, swaddling you in a gentle healing glow. The light spreads outward now, enveloping the upper arms, elbows, forearms, hands, and fingers, shining softly, melting away tension. Down it spreads to the hips, the glutes, the thighs, and the hamstrings, wrapping you in warmth, inviting you to relinquish any holding in these areas into its radiance. Now to the knees, the calves, the shins, soothing, releasing these areas swathed in the soothing brilliance of this light, reaching the ankles, the feet, and the toes, the warmth gently dissolving any tension. And now shifting your awareness to the body as a whole, bathed in the gentle glow of this soothing light. As you rest in the warmth of this space, perhaps scanning the body for any area that feels particularly easeful, steady, spacious, solid, or even simply neutral. This could be a space as expansive as the arms or as small as a single earlobe. Just noticing, scanning with kind care and curiosity. And once you've connected with this space, resting here, just resting in this space of simple joy, wrapped in this warm, radiant, and soothing glow. allowing yourself to simply be, not doing anything, not fixing, not forcing, simply connecting, appreciating the joy of simply being with this experience. Perhaps seeing if you can let it feel delightful. If you wish, you might even invite some amount of expansion, perhaps intentionally welcoming something pleasant from your surroundings into this cloak of luminous warmth you've cultivated. Maybe the sound of bird song outside, the comforting texture of a sweater, pillow, or blanket, or the calming presence of a pet. Maybe noticing if this invitation for expansion shifts the quality of the light in any way. Perhaps it remains unchanged. Perhaps it glows even brighter. There's no right or wrong here, just noticing as you rest here in this space. This is joy. Joy is our natural state. The mind is a time traveler. Yet when we can remind ourselves to return to presence, coming home to the body, from regrets about the past and worries about the future, and simply be present with what is, here and now, often what is left is joy, simple joy. Jack Cornfield says, joy is an expression of the awakened heart, a quality of enlightenment. When we live in the present, joy often arises for no reason, independent of particular conditions. In Pali, the word for mindfulness is sati, which means remembrance. While joy is our natural state, truly connecting with it and nurturing it depends on our ability to remember to come home to ourselves in this embodied way, here and now, over and over again, right here, right now. Let this be your mantra for connecting with joy, whether in moments of ease or in moments of difficulty. Right here, right now. This practice of mindful remembrance is what allows joy to flourish within us, coming home to presence, to the body, to our true nature. If you wish, you may continue to linger in this space a while longer, allowing your breath to flow subtly, effortlessly, resting in this warm embrace of joy. As you feel ready, you might choose to allow this gentle light to slowly dissipate, or you may wish to carry some of it with you, closing your practice, remaining wrapped in some of its radiant warmth. Whichever feels right for you, you can now begin to take some deeper, fuller breaths, gently inviting some energy back to the body. Perhaps welcoming some subtle movements of the fingers and toes, hands and feet, neck and shoulders, blinking the eyes softly open if they were closed to slowly take in the space around you, reorienting to your environment slowly and with intention, knowing that even as you close this practice, joy remains ever within reach, ready to welcome you whenever you return to the present moment and come home to yourself once more.